Hey, I'm Marcus and I'm playing Crusader Kings 3. The rule of Großfürst Paul von Sayn is about to really begin as he's heading towards his grand wedding with Jitka Přemyslit. And there's something I want to quickly address because last time I saved the game did something weird. It is now replaced somewhat. It's still there, but the Großfürstentum of Kiev, for some reason, are called the Sayn Großfürstentum. You see them brackets behind there, that it's still there. I'm not sure how that happened. I think it's tied to the family title here somehow, because that's the same spelling, right? The Sayn Großfürstentum, the Sayn family. I'm not sure how that happened, but it should be fine once you have children anyway. So there's that. Well, before we get to the grand wedding, maybe let's do some things first, because there wasn't that much time to look at court through the last years. Paul really just wanted to find his footing, and, well, there's been some things that have been piling up, let's put it like that. First of all, I did notice that when Achwin, where is he? I think he's down here, right? When Achwin married Roxana, we thought, well, we are integrating ourselves into the local aristocracy, and that's really great. But her father here, Duke Lucian, he's really important in the realm as a whole because he is the steward. He's the high steward of the whole Roman Empire. Look at that. And we are now bound to him. Through his daughter married to our cousin, Achwin. So that's quite interesting. The big thing, I think, that happened last time, and that or maybe even Paul didn't even know how to react to, was let's call it a betrayal of his sister Maria, who he thought was his friend. But then at the funeral for his mother, she came forward shouting at him, really, that she should have been the one taking over Kiev. Kind of, it somehow makes sense, right? She was the daughter of a female ruler. Maybe that was how Vyacheslava at some point thought about it. We don't know that, of course. And she definitely took away the notion that she should be ruling there in Paul's stead. That, of course, is treacherous. The problem is now that she is in these important positions. She's an antiquarian, she's the court chronicler, and I think Paul, again, in his craven nature, but also just, of course, he wouldn't take away these positions from her necessarily. He doesn't like direct confrontation. Taking that away from her would certainly draw her ire. And he doesn't know how she would react in that case. But I think how he would react is like, don't listen to her counsel anymore, exclude her when he can from activities or whatever. And then I noticed that she also has her son at court, Rurik. Interesting, right? Named him after the dynasty itself that their mother is coming from. So what I think we can do is to say, I want to make sure that he grows up close to me. I want to make sure he also becomes Franconian, he becomes Catholic, and therefore take that away from her, because obviously her son is the only thing that she really has when it comes to, if she had a claim to power, then it would go directly to her son as well, right? And if he's close to us, you get the gist. So that's something he can do. I did notice that we have another child at court. Oh yeah, put the interactions off here. We have a child at court that is, there we go, a Rurikid child. That is Varvara, the daughter of Prince Yakov, whom we sent away from our court at some point. But she didn't go with him, apparently, so she has stayed back. Before I forget it, I might already think about looking into an education for her as well. It's only going in that direction here, right? So let's give her to either Brunhilde here or Adelinde. it doesn't really matter. Let's say Adelinde. And again, I want her to convert. Yes. And I guess what we can already say is that she should go in that direction then. She's better at that anyway. Alright. Okay, so... oh yeah, by the way, I did see that I haven't set the court languages. So I can pick High German, I think, then East Slavonic as the second language that we learn here. And then the question is really like, what is the tertiary language? Italian? Like, again, what is the language spoken in the south of the Holy Roman Empire? Important region, obviously. Low German. So we connect once more to the region up here. And we have Dacian here. Probably a form of early Romanian that is spoken by the people here in Bukovina. Of course, we can do that because of Roxana. I thought it would be quite an interesting idea to actually switch to that, as it is so close, as it is the closest that we have to people in our region that we can connect with. So maybe let's pick that. Confirm. And then let's take a look at the current court positions here, what we can do with them. I think Ehrenfried can't get any better, so we don't need to improve his skills. As usual, I have to drink. This will get better in a moment. So, what I can do with him is let him stock up for travels, because we have seen that it's quite dangerous to venture outside of Kiev, especially if you want to go to the west. So by doing that, we will let him stock up, right? Up to plus 20 in speed and safety. So that's good stuff. Then we have Tankulf, who's currently still managing domain. I think we don't need that, because we are at full control in here. As we do see the monthly changes, plus 6.64. So, quite good. Let's say he can go to organize court. Does that change something? Well, Achwin down here becomes good. No one else is affected. But never mind. Jürgen can still do his thing. Adelinde is currently encouraging competition. I don't think we like that very much. I think she should be promoting friendship. That sounds nicer. Like for a family man, right? We want everyone to get along. And that was the way he was brought up, and he thought, nah, maybe it would be better if we all get along and then work together as a team. And it comes to the Master of the Hunt, Ademar. Maybe he could like start tracking regular game. So the thought process that behind that is that maybe we find some sightings that of creatures that we can hunt with falcons. That would be quite nice. I don't think he would like a ordinary hunt very much, because that can be dangerous, and we don't want to do unnecessary dangers. Right. I think that will be it. Well, I guess, someone has commented, and I think that's right to a degree, that, again, Paul wouldn't focus on combat or anything like that. He just knows that when the time comes, he would have to lead armies. He would need to be able to defend himself, and that was what he was training for, really. But I think with a base of 11 now, which is very good, we don't need that anymore. So we're not going to exercise with the ruler. That's not going to happen anymore. There we go. I think that's better. Right. Then I have seen that our aunt, Magdalene, could be persuaded to join our court. She's currently on her way here anyway. So that's quite nice. I think I would do that, allowing her to stay here in that case after the wedding. Maybe she dies on the way anyway, right? But that would be a kind offer, again, for a family man to bring the family together. He's currently a guest at the Bishop of Havelberg. But you don't need to do that. We care for our family here. Then, right, looking into the situation here where we would like to create an accolade, and I wanted to have a vanguard accolade. I looked around for people that have that certain trait. It is a mechanical thing in the end, so I'm not ashamed to use the mechanics for that. And I did see that there's a Czech guy called Rabische, I guess that's his name, who is currently just roaming the countryside. Oh, Jesus Christ. Somewhere down here. Okay. Wouldn't necessarily know how I got to that, but let's say he's closer to where he originally came from. And if I allow him to marry Gisela here, then he would be moving to my court because he's not in a court. Right? That's one of the legal ways for me to say I get people to my court, offering him a position by marrying someone from my court. So, et voila. That is that. And yes, with that being said, I think we could go back to the Grand Wedding, or waiting for it, as it takes some 7 months to begin. So yeah, now we are. So there's that. As you see here, he has joined our court, and now I can say I want him. There we are, to be a knight, the Knight of the Stag. I like my accolades to be a bit more descriptive, especially for the time being. Like middle of the 12th century or so. That's, yeah. Accolade would mean something different at the time, I think. And this is more about giving a warrior a position that is a bit more exalted. So he would be something like the bearer of the Sayn banner. There we go. And as you do see here, he is carrying a shield with our great coat of arms on it, so that's quite fitting. Right. So there's that. Oh yeah, by the way, I did notice that Gorzelo here was in bad health. Now he has died. There's a son, Niklas. And by the way, he's attacking the Kaiser currently in the latest independence war. We do see that Hungary here is at peace with the Empire once more, so there's no independence there going on. But we currently do have, well, the ones left of the Rhine here, the Pfalzgrafschaft and the Herzogtum of Lower Lotharingia. And I think Sardinia is in that one as well, as is apparently Savoy. Okay. Good for them. They are apparently not winning. He is currently winning on all fronts, apparently. Good for Kaiser Ludwig. 71 years old, by the way. Still going strong, because he's whole of body. Good for the Kaiser. Okay. Martin has joined court. Good. There's also some wars happening around us, by the way. There is a Grand Princess Zababa, or Zababa. I don't know how to how to pronounce that correctly. She's attacking King Vyacheslav. The Smolenskian War for Count Veslav's claim on the county of Peraslavl. So there's some infighting here. She's, of course, main branch Rukid as he is. So these two are duking it out over like who is the most important Rurikid right now. That is, I think, okay with us. Let them squabble as long as they don't look at me. Because Vyacheslav here is quite expanded, as you do see here. The last Cuman lands to our west are now firmly part of Ruthenia again. Although I think there is some war happening there too. Let's check. He's defending against Count Svetozar in the Terebovlin claim on the county of Lviv. Okay, so that is happening inside here. That's not outside war. But I think, yeah, for some reason, Meinrad here inserted himself into this and is now helping. Well, you shouldn't be doing that, Meinrad. I guess that's his trusting nature, right? He just wanted to help or something like that. Not good. Not good. Right, she is about to depart. Can I give her something? Can make her court jester. She would not take the vows. I did a mod once where you could have like some random positions down here where you would just say, okay, these are just there to keep people at court, which would be fun. You have your retainers that don't necessarily have anything to do, they're just courtiers. Well, if she wants to leave, I can't change that. Right. Oh, he's here, the steward of the realm. He doesn't like me well, does he? Ah, because he's orthodox and zealous. I get it. He wouldn't like what's happening out here. I get any more stress, do we? Oh, this has happened soon. I could invite her back. Well, let's see. Princess Eugenia. Right, that is Borislav's daughter. That is our niece. Oh, and we have learned the Czech language. That is great. Do we even try to go a bit further? Perhaps I should send a letter in Czechoslovak to Jitka. I think yes. Okay, come on. He tries to impress her, and that is fine with her. Look at that. Good. Oh! Oh, what happened here? Grand Princess Zabav of Smolensk was slain in a duel by Queen Mother Yaroslava of Ruthenia. Jesus Christ! Okay, so that is King Vyacheslav's mother. And she was like, okay, I know how to end this. Let me just talk to her, woman to woman. And then it led to this. Oh, wow. And now she has sons. Grand Prince Chleb of Smolensk, Grand Prince Yuri of Chernigov, and Count Rurik of Onega. Okay, so her lands have split up. Neither of them are continuing the war efforts. He doesn't have claims on the kingdom, as doesn't he? So there is that. That's how that situation was solved for Vyacheslav here. He didn't even have to do anything. It's just his mother came around and said, I won't have that. Good stuff. Okay. Well, yeah. At least now that she's dead, there's no threat from her or from them, really, because they don't have the claims either. But that means once more that Vyacheslav here could be a problem for us. Maybe when the wedding is over, I could do something or try to do something. But let me just do that first. Ah, and now she's dead. Okay. Oh well. Maybe she did that thing, you know, where the older people just leave to die somewhere quiet. I don't know. Let's pick confidants here. Yeah, because we don't have any children really, so the other perk wouldn't make that much sense right now. Oh, and the bathhouse has been built. Yay! I think everything is set up here then. The only thing that we can do is upgrade, and that cost us 400 gold and 1,400 prestige. So that's something I can't just do right away. Okay. It's getting closer. Is she here? Yes. And Bolesław is here. Right. The whole situation with him being excommunicated is, of course, not a trivial matter. At the same time, we are... yeah, let's say we are far away from Rome. We had the Pope here at some point. He isn't keen on coming back. Oh, there he's not... oh. He's not well. Oh, the poor Pope. Never really got healthy again after he visited. Anyways, I think while we do see that as a problem, we also know that he is a fighter for Christianity, right? So maybe there's some political reasons behind that. And I think he would be able to see past that. And he's pragmatic enough to say, all that I care about is to have access to his military strength should there be trouble at the border here. And that outweighs every other concern, really. So we're staying here with the diplomacy intent. days. And it's about to begin. Of course, we know by now how it works. Same text every time. Jitka appears radiant in her finest attire. We are ready to begin. Great. I cannot wait. Oh, and there she is once more. I pity you, brother. Maria tells me what married life is like, full of bickering, mistrust, and strife, the end of peace. Like me and Terenti, she grumbles. Is that what my marriage to Jitka will be like? No. Again, like that is how he would react to her. He doesn't listen to her that way anymore. He kind of, what he would think is that she is just trying to sour this whole thing for him. Because, yeah, maybe she is resentful to that degree because of her failed marriage. And now she wants us to feel miserable about ours too. So, no, I think, yes, that is the one. Jitka is perfect for me. I've already met her. I know that we click. There we are. I am a confident groom. Oh, but at least she tried to get on with her, to get along. Oh, and Eberhard has now sporting a grand... Where is he? Where's my Eberhard? There, look at him with his great mustache. Handsome. I'm glad I told my servants early to keep an eye out for King Bolesław's arrival, because in the midst of the wedding preparations I would have missed it otherwise. Instead, I'm proudly standing in the middle of the courtyard, wearing my fanciest clothes and surrounded by a guard of honor when Bolesław makes his entrance. I'm extremely pleased to welcome you, King Bolesław. I'm certain you will find my hospitality most agreeable, and be impressed by all the wonders my realm has to offer. I can take him to the gardens, show him the venue's preparations. I hope he will just enjoy the ceremony. Well, yeah, I do want to impress him, of course. That's why I'm here. Let's try by showing him the venue's preparations. And that worked. All good so far? Aw, Oda von Berg overjoyed with the amount of candid figs. Great. I think that's one of my nieces. Oh, and Gräfin Adelheid is becoming closer with Jitka. Oh, that's very nice. The family is coming together. I think that's all that he wanted. So far, everything is going smoothly. Well, so far. Everyone is excited and amazed by the magnificence of the wedding venue. Everyone except Herzog Rumo. What's your name? Since his arrival, Rumo has been prowling, searching for any pretext to complain. Well, I think he would just pretend he didn't hear anything. He's not going to cause a scene. He's definitely not saying that he should be ashamed of himself for that. No. He just pretends he didn't hear that. Oh, look at that. Boleslav gave me some money. Thanks. My head throbs with the noise of clattering furniture and chattering guests. The strain must show because my brother Meinrad takes my arm and steers me into the next room. The sound of preparation dies away. We speak of small things, times past, people we've known, not a word about the wedding. Then we run out of words and fall silent. Oh. I think both of these sound quite nice. But he does feel, or he did feel stressed before, so maybe enjoying that moment together means more to him than trying to bond, really. They're already bonding, and he's grateful for that, so yeah. Let's just pick that option. And he also becomes closer with Jitka. You see, like, I think that's also a testament to her character. She is trying to integrate herself. Oh dear lord. Right, so he apparently, Wolfram here, he hates some women at court. Well, that's my friend Richvara and Brunhilde. And now he's, I don't know, they've, whatever you would call it. Don't think they would have gone against each other with weapons. I barely remember anything from the whole ceremony, busy as I was spotting enemies in every shadow and conjuring scary scenarios for the future in my mind. Now it's time to put the formal seal on our union by giving our consent, and I can't help but wonder if I'm taking a friend or a mortal enemy in my house. Oh, you shouldn't be so paranoid, Paul. Do I want to spend the rest of my life with Jitka? Yes, I do. As the ceremony concludes and we all move to the banquet venue, I secretly smile to myself, picturing the joys to come from my married life with Jitka. Not everyone can be so lucky to marry such a likable person, yes? I wish everyone to share in on my happiness, and let's all tuck in. Alright. What is that, by the way? An inspired person can be sponsored. Oh, we have Christophoros of Adrianopolis. He wants to make a chest, and his skill is legendary and renowned throughout the world. Okay, don't do that. I sometimes click on this because I'm like, why did they do that? Why would I just say, okay, I want to just recruit him to my court? Because when I do that, he is already recruited. So, yeah. 145. But we do know that we have to have a better court that people need to be in awe of. So maybe that would be helpful for us. Yes, okay, let's sponsor that. As the banquet goes and I find myself thinking of it a bit underwhelming. No impressive silk or tapestries, the finest gold has no place here, neither do the greatest gems. As I look through the window I find the night sky somehow inspiring. Out there exists the white game. Freely they roam our woods, and among their trees they hide. Oh no. Hunting one, a legendary deed. Maybe I could simply paint one of our wolf white? What? How else can I honor my own wedding? What the... What? That is... Okay. So I guess the idea is, since he is the son of the great Etzel the Venator, and a lot of people here are from the Holy Roman Empire, and they wouldn't know him, but they knew his father, or at least of his reputation. So maybe that is his thought here. It's a bit far-fetched, but he's like, okay, if I show them that I could be a grand hunter, then they would like me more. This will help you gain renown, but a sharp guest may feel suspicious. Every gregarious hunter gallant attending guest gains opinion of me, or I just think the risk of that would be too big. I have no idea. I have no idea how Paul would think about that, because maybe that has some merit, that idea. At the same time, maybe that's... No, you know what? I will pick that one here. Because I think that... while maybe that thought seemed intriguing to him in the moment because he was having too much beer, he would also think about, Maybe that's a call to action then. Maybe they would expect me to hunt a legendary creature and, oh dear lord, I don't want to do this, so no, the risk is too big. Don't do that. Your wife's stewardship astonishes the guests. And Ursula tells a fantastic joke about ropes. Wow. Vogt Jaroslav and Graf G are amongst the most powerful vassals of my realm. Exactly the two guys that I don't like. Wow. Okay. No, I will not dedicate it to them. And, well, in that case, just decorate. Just put my name on it, please. Had it been like my brother's, then yes, that would have been nice. But I'm not dedicating something to guys I just want gone anyway. The banquet hall is dressed in a riot of colors, scents, and sights. Only the very rarest fabrics and flowers are absent from the garb. Near my seat, both Herzog Otha and Herzogin Mathilde share their opinions on the decorations. I don't know how you can't love all of this, chortles Otha. Look at the lengths that were gone to. Ceremonies are important, and this is still part of the ceremony, Mathilde snorts. It should have been bigger, better, prettier, all of it. That is, of course, now... Oh, that's my second cousin anyway. Okay. Is he Arpad? Ah, Luxembourg. Probably through that line then, because we are also part Luxembourg. She is... well, she's blind. How would she know? The rarest very well. I guess it's very tactile, right? So maybe she's touching all of it and say, "Okay, that's not real silk. It's all right." Your Majesty. You know what? Let's be friendly with Otha in that case and say, "Well, yes, thank you. I picked the decorations myself." A magnificent throng of musicians, tumblers, and actors are providing the evening's entertainment, thrilling guests across the hall. Near my seat, there they go again. Otha and Mathilde share their opinions. They can't leave it, right? Ah, the perfect amount of merriment to provide, I think, loves Otha. To my mind, this is supposed to be a celebration for the ceremony, Mathilde pines. So it should have matched its importance and gone all out. Again, you can't even see what's happening here. So, no, just let's stick to Otha so we become friends even. There we go. Great. Alright, before I forget it, I wanted to do something. And I did see... Yeah, that's okay, let's get rid of him. I did see that the Isenburgs are still out and about, right? Remember them? That is, of course... the son of Franz von Isenburg. That was our former marshal and the one to actually spot, right? The famous white boar that Siegfried was hunting back in the day. Now he has children and I cannot invite him to court. But what I can do is try to make friendly relations with him, and then have him come to court. That's a 36% chance, damn it. Thought it would be better. No, I'm not going to make love to my wife now, because I first we have to do the whole ceremony thing. After observing King Bolesław from afar, I quickly come to the conclusion that I cannot just approach him and start talking about the weather, or the latest medical treaties, or war, and pray that that becomes an alliance. I soon spot my fellow vassal, Herzog Malakresta, across the room. That is a Wiegeriche. You spot them by how ugly they are. That's all harking back to Gottfried the Hunchback. Known to be Bolesław's friend, is he now? Yes, he is. Happily chugging down goblets of wine. Tell me, where do Bolesław's interests lie? I ask, attentive. Ha! Under someone's waist, I can tell you that. What? Oh! Bolesław? Well, I hope you mean under his wife's waste. Let's use this insight at once. Okay. Well, I don't know. I think we trust him. Why would he be... He's deceitful, right? But... yeah, okay, let's just go with it. Okay, so he is a womanizer, apparently. At least that's the takeaway there. With my newly acquired knowledge, I artfully approach King Bolesław, who's enjoying the feast and some others' company at a different table, where a rich cloth is laid. May we have a small word, King? I ask. I wouldn't want to interrupt your parliament. King Bolesław raises his eyebrows, a hint of curiosity in his eyes. Well, of course. What matters bring you to me, noble Paul? Well, yeah, that would be it then, right? Do you want to sneak out and find some fine guests? This isn't what we normally do at all. At the same time, a lot of things are at stake here, so maybe that is what we should do? Okay, so we're trying to introduce him to some, I don't know, lovely ladies at court? He liked that. Okay. Okay. There's that at least. Oh no. Featuring exotic treats, elaborate culinary artworks, and rich colors with richer scents, the banquet chefs have gone all out for the wedding. Ota, there he is again. He might be sitting close to us, given that he is the Herzog of Bohemia. And therefore Jitka, well, he's the head of the family, right? There we go, dynasty head. So that makes sense that he's sitting very close to us. Who's that guy here? Gilgenspitz. What? We invited Cumans? I think that's a kind of problem, right? You can't really uninvite people or say I explicitly don't want these guys. No, apparently a Cuman made his way to our good feast. So I think I would just totally ignore it and go with Ota again, right? So let him bicker. I know I should be spending time with my new wife, Jitka, and her family. I have been spending time with them, but I just can't tear myself away from Richvara. Richvara, she's just so funny. Oh, look at her. She's also very pretty. I can see Großfürstin Jitka starting to glare at me, but every time I try to excuse myself, Richvara has me howling with laughter over again. Well, I guess I would just ask Jitka to come join us. He wants to be... Of course, he likes his friends, but he also is friendly with Jitka. Yeah, he wants to integrate her. And now she's become friends with Richvara as well. Look at that. The feast has started winding down, with everyone sated and tired, but the day is still not over for Jitka and me. A procession of guests leads us to our bedchamber, for the legitimacy of a wedding depends on it being consummated. Yes. They have been at it again. Well, at least they were not badly wounded this time. Or severely wounded. As the banquet reached its climax, I grow more and more anxious in anticipation of the bedding ceremony, and it's clear Jitka shares none of my reservations. She turns to me as the procession sets us off to our chambers, laughing, "You look like a ghost, husband. Relax." Over the hollowing and drumming. Oh, that's very nice, isn't it? Let's have the room. I suppose it is expected of me. Yeah, it is expected. So... And maybe she's easing it. She's making it easier for him. So let's do the procedure as it should be. All we need to do is some witnesses, and then they will leave, and then we can do the real thing. The fire in the grate has started to wither. Oh, the fire again. I hope this time at least we don't get burned. And I stare at its flames in silence, the light, its warmth. Jitka is searching for something in her wooden chest, and I take my eyes off the flames to look at her. "Paul," she says, offering me a small package wrapped in silk. "I've saved this since I heard of our betrothal, and I now offer it to you as a token of my love." Oh. I figured out that one is the best in that situation, right? Because he really, really likes her, I think. So I think you are my greatest gift. And let's just make it official then. Where is she? Let's give her the Valois perfume. There we go. Yes. So we have given her something. Oh yeah, and I can put the lock of hair there. Ah, sigh, here we go, I guess. What am I supposed to do now anyways? Does she like cuddles? Maybe just kisses? I turn my face away when she looks directly at me. I can see that she's also fidgeting with her hands, at least. I try to say, clearing my throat, the bedsheets still don't have a single wrinkle. You look beautiful tonight. Thank you. I really like your hair, too. Damnation, this is clearly not working. Yeah, I don't think he would have prepared, quote-unquote, for this. I think he would still be a virgin going into this, so would she. And of course, like he's not someone to be like, yeah, okay, let's do this. He's like, okay, where does this go? And no, he's not going to fall asleep, of course. Is he talking about, like, do you want to go for a walk? Based on her traits. Maybe they could just talk a bit about reading. Do you like reading, maybe? Yes, apparently she does. It's a failed intent, of course, but at least we've come closer to it. At least we've, raised his opinion of Paul. When finally the last guests leave, I look around at the deserted venue, the food leftovers, the spilled spiced wine on the floor, the echoes of people's laughter still lingering in the air, and feel satisfied. What an amazing day. Did a very fine job organizing it. So thank you all for coming. There we go. Again, gracious host. Great stuff. Gained some gold, some legitimacy, which is good. Celebrated a grandiose wedding. Everything is great when it comes to that. So yeah, thank you all for coming. Bye. And now here we are. Oh yeah, we have lots of prestige now, which is great. I'll probably make use of that at some point. So we technically can make love to the wife. I think, or maybe let's take this into. Where is she, by the way? All right, okay, yeah, there she is. Now she's here, where she should be. Let's roll for this. If he finds the guts to actually make it happen, let's put it on a 5 and 6. He's able to do this. It's a 6. Okay, he is. He's able to overcome the whole thing, and now they can finally make love. She greets me courteously with a ringing voice while I approach her and slowly remove her clothes. Yeah, they're going to this at this like very, very much like it's a task. I would say this is something that they need to do. Maybe they grow into it. Maybe they're going to enjoy it at some point. But for now, it's a bit awkward. It is awkward. Before our marriage, the people of Kiev likely knew my new wife only as daughter to the late Graf of Brno, if at all. Other than various rumors, they didn't know what to make of her. Those who journeyed to the castle and actually saw her at court mostly whispered about her extraordinary beauty, as well as how it seemed like she wasn't ready to rule at my side. What? Why? Jitka, for her part, was hesitant at first, yet the sheer gentleness of her nature was obvious for all to see, and it wasn't long before half the court adored her, and she moved among them with a kind and familiar smile, as if she'd been here for ages. A most auspicious beginning. Let us hope that this is a sign of things to come. Right, an auspicious beginning. She gained some vessel opinion and some less stress gain, which is good for her. Oh, what do we have here? Count Andras. Alright. So a Hungarian count that sends me a poem. When heritage takes shape, he called it. Men need not fear as lives depart, crossing to quiet death with noble heart. And when their final hours nears, wonder will life echo through the years. Well, that's quite a nice poem, actually. I think that is heartfelt, so thank you very much, Andras. Talking about legacy, but in a nice way. I remember the poem, was Etzel or Siegfried, that they got, was like the S word was in there. Excrement. I wasn't taking that, but that seemed like a genuine nice poem. Right, I did write down some things. Now there he is. My knight Christophoros insists that the funds I have supplied him with are not enough to create an artifact worthy of my stature. Just a bit more gold, I could create something truly magnificent. Well, if you say so, but that is the last time I'm going to invest in this. Right. So, Count Graf G of Zwial. He needs to go. This is unsustainable. I cannot allow him to come of age and then maybe get even more soldiers. At some point, he will go against me. I know this is something I don't want. I need to pick up arms here. I need to actually lead the army and get there. But I think it is inevitable. He will... Or maybe... Let's put it this way. He... will obviously, well, if he does, I have a problem, right? No, he needs to leave, and therefore I will just... Because you consider Tengris to be evil, you can revoke Graf G's titles without being viewed as a tyrant. There we go. He will not accept that anyway, but that's fine. That is fine. There he is. May you live in harmony and contentment. Oh, thank you. It seems that there is no recourse for our dispute other than to settle it on the battlefield. Okay. Well, we should raise armies. I think what I will do, though, is to raise the men-at-arms. And then, yes, no, I will lead it myself. That's what is expected of him, really. But we have Ademar at my side, of course, and then Achwin, I think, makes the perfect second choice. Okay. Let's go. Oh, by the way, I have the ability, I think... Where is it? Or I don't. Change, go explore, convert to holy order. Thought that would be in here somewhere. Apparently it's not. Okay. Right, okay. Pardon him. No, I definitely will not. Let's see how this works out. I have to fight in a forest. Did he ask his wife to help him with this? I think he would. He would have. Oh, and while he's leaving, or just on the doorstep, he just gains the message that Jitka is expecting their first child. Isn't that great? Also rely on Wolfram here to, yeah, help him. He's getting all the help he needs for the upcoming fight. Yeah, he's retreating. So we have to fight him at his castle. Oh, he's defending a river crossing that way. That is not great, is it? Maybe we go around that way then. Yeah. He's not a tactician, but he's clever enough, I think, to not fall into those kind of traps. He's not someone to do something without reflecting about it beforehand. Heike von Bernsau grew up. She is a grey eminence. That's great for her, although her deceitful and vengeful nature kind of speaks against that. Do we have someone... well, let me just check. Do we have someone here at court that would be Minable. Tankulf can marry again. And you know what? I did find out something about Tankulf. Tankulf here, a 57-year-old knight who was our chancellor before, at least a chancellor for our father, obviously has another Tankulf as his son. There you go. That is one of our favorites. We really like Tankulf. But he also has a 4-year-old bastard daughter. So I think that even after the death of his wife, he would be willing to marry again. And that seems good to me. Yes, okay, so let the two of them marry. He's leaving again. Maybe that's all right. No, he's not leaving. Okay. He's taking it. There will be a fight. And there it is. Obviously, we should be winning this. There's not even the commander. There we are. That was a victory. Forces captured someone here. Oh, someone's already asking for that guy. He's inconsequential, really. So if someone is willing to give me some money for that, then thank you. Right, the slaughter at Svearhel. Wouldn't feel that happy about it. I don't think he likes killing people. But at least that would be Cumans, so that's fine. Okay, so let's go into take mode. Tum-ti-tum-ti-tum. So that war has ended. Attacker win. Okay, at least we take that's the takeaway from this. Won that war as well. It's really good, isn't he? Also winning the Independence War here. And likely also the Holy War for the Emirate of Tunis. Wow. The Holy Roman Empire is almost invincible at this point. In and out. It's almost over. That was the de jure war for the Duchy of Aragon. Let's see. Okay, what do we have now? Jesus Christ, look at France. But France, of course, is the empire. So all of this here is now the empire. Even Zaragoza. That guy here is also part of the empire. Jesus Christ. We're going Iberian as well. Ooh, okay. There we are. That's it. We enforce demands. There he is. And of course, can disband. Then say we want to... No. There we go. Revoke the title. Of course, we cannot keep it. But I thought about this, and I think the obvious guy to give this to is Ademar here. I could... Well, since both his daughters will leave, let's make sure at least that she is going to marry. And let's say she picks Jürgen. There we go. Yeah, that would be prudent, because their children will also be Walpurgis. And now, big moment. Oh, that means Richvara is going to leave. Oh. But he's also a family friend. Oh, that's very sweet. Well, but she's going to have very nice in her new position as countess. So there's something. There we go. Graf Ademar of Zwiel. That's them leaving. By the way, I guess it would make sense to rename them, but I might do this afterwards. Make sure that maybe we integrate Zwiahel into this as well, and then there will be Walpode von Zwiahel. Because, yeah, that's their new main seat. Anything else here? Oh, I still have those deer here, right? That's why I think I turned this off last time. Oh, we don't have a Master of the Hunt now anyway. Okay, let's give the position to Tankulf because we took away something from him. Maybe that will kind of appease him. Let's just wait it out. Whenever that sighting is gone, we can look for another sighting, I think. Right. We also do have some money. What do we do with money? See to it that our walls and towers are upgraded. I like it. Makes us feel more secure in the end. Right, okay, so there's that. He is obviously still here. Right, we have to wait until he actually comes to court. We would be able to pay homage again. So the question is now, how do we deal with him? I think there can only be one thing, right? He would definitely... we cannot let him go. That would be... Can enslave, technically, because that's a Canalitas decision. But I don't... No, I don't like the idea of doing that. No, he will be executed. He is viewed as a criminal, so that's fine. Of course, the sisters are not going to like it, but what can they do about this anyway? He is going to burn at the stake. There we go. I mean, he's craven maybe, but he's not afraid to take drastic measures. Certainly not. Right, there we are. After learning that Kuno would be guesting at a manor in the castle town of Tripoli. Jesus Christ, I realized that would be a perfect occasion to meet with him. Nah, that's... I don't like when the game does these kind of things, but there we go. He will join our court. I like that, at least. Come to my court, man. I will entertain you. Should we also make sure that the others are coming as well? Well, he's a courtier somewhere, so that's fine. But he's just... He's doing nothing. So maybe let's try to get him on board as well. Yeah, that's going to take a while now, I think. And now he's done with that too. And now the big question is, what will he do with the Pfalzgraf? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, so that's why they lost. Basically, the whole empire was besieging their towns. Let me just quickly pin him, and just for interest's sake, let's also pin Goffredo V. Alright, yeah, she's dead. No need to take a look at her anymore. And yeah, by the way, what I wanted to do as well is sending Adam to... Wait, where do I send him? There we go. Kozelsk. Now, what he's doing is he's looking for secrets, and I think we can say that's like the perfect... he's currently still considered the heir, and he is also part of the Ruikid family. I trust the brother, like, he would not go against me. So he will be some kind of envoy to Vyacheslav. But at the same time, he's there to see if there's anything that we can make use of that we could turn against Vyacheslav. I mean, someone of his character. He should really have some kind of skeletons in his closet. My vassal, Graf Ademar, accosts me. Well met, liege, I've heard tell of your patronage of Christophoros the carpenter. They say he's making a chest worthy of a Großfürst. Please take this and give it to him. I wouldn't want to miss the chance to add in the creation of a masterpiece. Ademar smiles warmly, bag of coin dangling from his hand. Oh, that's very generous, Ademar. Thank you. By the way, shouldn't that be a story? Oh, and there we are. We have a son and heir. And now the big question is, of course, what would we name him? different routes to go. Either we stick with Sayn names, or we go in the other direction and say he would have a name that's more, well, in tune with rulers from that area. You know, I think he would be leaning towards harking back maybe to the first generation, saying that would be a Siegfried again. Because Siegfried still, I think, that's the most prominent member of that dynasty. Like, he was the one that started it all. He wrote that big book here that we are still reading from, or that Powell grew up reading, where he is depicted as this saintly creature and the family is the most important and so on. I think that is what he would like. Another Siegfried von Sayn. Yes. Oh, there's some assistance here. Oh, Richvara. My dear friend Richvara has caught wind of my desire to improve my standing with Agilulfus and has offered me her aid. That is so kind. She assures me that she and Agilulfus are similar kinds of people. Richvara knows precisely what I need to do to earn his trust. Well, I guess that one would be more beneficial for me. That one here gives me just opinion with her, and she gains a weak hook on me? So why is that? I don't understand. But I think in his position, he really likes her. So yes, he would listen to her. Despite that being not the best thing to do here. Oh no. The family gathered this evening at Kiev's Great Hall for a feast, and it did not go well right from the outset. The air was full of tension. Then, almost without warning, my younger brother Adam began to argue with his brother Eberhard. Why? I'm not entirely certain, but the two of them have always been like fire and water, so this is no great surprise. Their shouts grew louder and louder, echoing over the general din, and until finally Adam stood and drew his blade. I attempted to intervene, but it was already too late. The rest of the family pulled them apart, and Eberhard stormed out of the hall. Now the two of them have become bitter rivals. Oh no! Oh, that would be, quite stressful for Paul in this situation. Heartbreaking too, because he doesn't want his family members to quarrel. They are rivals now. What does that mean? Will they just get at each other's throats? They have been raised in a competitive nature, right? That is what, in the end, why he says, no, we need to promote friendship. That is what that kind of upbringing leads towards. Oh, no. But what is there really that we can do about that now? Don't think there's anything. Maybe at some point we get the chance to say maybe we try to, for both of them to reconcile. Right, if we wanted to pay homage, what would we need to do? That's where we have to travel. Of course, you would pick mercenary guards. Wow. Would we be able to go through the south? Like through here, and if I had mountaineers with me, that should be fine. I can't go through any forests afterwards. Don't go through the forests. And that one here would still be a concern, but apparently that's fine. Oh, that's also not too bad, going through that direction here. That's apparently not that bad. So we don't need to do that necessarily. Let's say we go, we visit our brother in that case. Oh, then we have to go down there again, okay. No. Let's do that again. After that, we cross the bridge. Right. Then we go up the Dniester. We go through Krakow. That's great. I think we could also visit our relatives now through our wife. I think that's great. I think that's a great idea. It should be fine. And then when we get back, I'm thinking of taking the same route again. No, not up there. But down. No. He's like, hey, do you want to take the more dangerous route? And they're like, no, I don't. Right. Let's try this. That sounds good. It is February, so we are winter's almost over. So we will, by the time we arrive here, winter should be definitely over. Ooh, this is a big thing, of course, but we need to do this. This is very important for us. Oh, and before we leave, Christophoros is coming to us and says, "My lord, I have toiled many days and nights, and finally my work is done." He whips the covering off, and my eyes grow wide as I see what's hidden beneath. A chest of masterful craftsmanship. It is constructed from maple planks. The wood has been painted with religious symbols. I hope it's like Catholic religious symbols. Right, court grandeur bonus +4, renown +0.14. That's very nice. Piety +0.8. Wow, okay. Yeah, very lovely. That was worth putting all the money in. Let's find a prominent spot over there. By the way, is that really how the hall would look like? I'll see into it. I had this mod one, but I'm not sure it's working correctly still. Okay. So, visited Ušica. Now I'm crossing the Dniester. Conversion halted. Okay. Well, he was helping, at least. Okay. Korsun. Is that because... no, that one here is still firmly Orthodox. Alright. Well, I just hope by the time we arrive he's there, because obviously we don't know. That's something we cannot plan for. And the whole thing would be in vain. Ah, no. Okay. Oh, he's still around, by the way. Our brother Magnus, who I'm not sure if you would really... Making him take the vows will not be that easy. He's very much the Tyrion Lannister of the family. I don't think he's liked much, as was with all people that had dwarfism. They would not necessarily have been part or considered really part of the family and so on. It's something treated like a shame, which is really horrible, of course, but that would have been the case. Wawel Hill rises above the Vistula like a limestone crown, its slopes dotted with ancient oaks and the spires of the royal cathedral. But Paul's attention is drawn elsewhere, to a dark opening at the hill's base where the rock yawns open like a hungry mouth. "The Dragon's Cave," Dobromir announces proudly. Who are you? Okay, that's just a child. The young boy has attached himself to your party, eager to play guide for a few coins. "Smok Wawelski lived here, the dragon, who ate virgins and cattle under the clever cobbler Scuba tricked him." His eyes shine with the excitement of the tale. "He filled a lamb with sulfur, and when the dragon ate it, he got so thirsty he drank from the Vistula until he burst." The cave entrance exhales cold, damp air that carries a faint sulphurous tang. Scratch marks groove the limestone walls, natural erosion surely, yet they look disturbingly like the scraping of massive claws. Local women leave offerings at the entrance, flowers, bread, sometimes coins. For protection, they say. The dragon is dead, of course, but in Krakow, old legends die hard. Well, that's quite interesting. I really like that's one of the... if you look into my mod list, it's always in the description. You will find that I have some event mods in there. Not exactly sure what this one's called. Yeah, but it's the one where you have regional travel events and so on. Really nice. Okay, so we can learn more about it. No, I think he would not explore the cave. Leave an offering, as the locals do, or just thanking him. Well, maybe let's ask him if he can tell us a bit more. And he does. The tale spills out how Scuba was a poor apprentice, how the knights all failed with sword and lance, how wit triumphed over brute strength, and the king made him a lord, the boy finishes triumphantly, because being clever is better than being strong. Baba catches your eye and smiles. A fine lesson for any ruler. Okay. A flatterer. I think I'll go down that path first, and once we have many children, we can go down the other. Oh, a servant's death. While traveling through Krakow, one of my close servants passed away. Death from natural causes is not unheard of on these travels, but it is fortunate nonetheless, as the servant was close to me. Unfortunate. It's not fortunate. Regardless, we have to decide what we will do with the body of the deceased. It would be improper to just dump their corpse on the side of the road, after all, even if they are a servant. Could instead take their body back home for a funeral. No, yeah, he's not doing that. Bring them back with us. They deserve no less. I'm not sure that is, especially since that apparently is very expensive. I think he gets a proper burial, but that could be here on the road. I mean, we have a long journey ahead of us. I don't want to carry a stinking rotten corpse with me all the time. That's, yeah, not great. Alright, we're making our way to Herzog Ottar's lands. Oh, and by the way, he apparently has given... Let's see how that happened. Installed by faction demand. There was a faction against Ottar, and now Zdislava here was put in charge. See, she's a Przemyslit, also married to one, okay. But from a lesser known branch, at least it seems to me. Okay. So, yeah, he is not that powerful anymore. But we'll talk to him, he's our friend. An East Slavonic tutor. Do we really need that, though? I think we do... Well, we have 2 people at court currently that speak the language. Xenia. No, I don't think we really need that. There will be more speakers of the language in the future. He is still home. He is home. The silver fever of Kutna Hora. That's Kuttenberg, by the way. The smell hits poor before the town comes into view. A sulphurous tang of smelting furnaces mixed with the earthy dampness of freshly dug ore. Kutna Hora sprawls across the Bohemian hills like a wound in the earth, its streets teeming with miners, merchants, and fortune seekers from every corner of Christendom. The Royal Mint dominates the town centre, its hammers ringing day and night as Bohemian silvers transformed into Prague groschen. Coins that flow through the veins of European trade. Nearby, a procession of ox carts hauls ore from the mines, while armed guards eye the precious cargo with nervous vigilance. A prosperous-looking merchant, Petter, approaches with the gleam of opportunity in his eyes. He gestures toward a cluster of miners emerging from a shaft entrance, their faces blackened with dust, but their spirits high. They have struck a new vein. The merchant whispers of shares to be bought, fortunes to be made, in the Premier's court's insatiable hunger for more silver. We can actually invest in the new silver vein. We tour the royal mint, learn the techniques, descend into the mines. No. We continue on, or we let Bava assess the investment opportunity. Will we really do that? It's a risk, as we do see here. It's not the greatest risk taker, obviously. At the same time, he's also prudent. Let's roll for this. Either we just continue on or we invest. It's a 50-50, I think. It's a 6. So we say we continue on. Yeah, we have no interest in dirty commerce. That's putting it. Oh, that was a white piece in the end. Alright. Well, at least for once, the Empire is not at war. Let's see how long that will last. It's already a peasant grabber faction there. Rurik has shown curiosity of his ancestry and is growing to be more like a child of House Trembovliv. Okay, so he's content. Well, suits his station, I guess. That is, of course, now the son of Maria that we will try to shape in our image, so that he doesn't listen to her too much. The great hall of Wartburg Castle rings with music and verse as the finest minnesingers in the German lands compete for glory. You have arrived during the legendary Sängerkrieg, the war of the singers, where poets battle not with swords but with words. Jakob, the Landgrave's marshal, welcomes your party with evident pleasure. Another noble audience for our contest. The singers will perform even more brilliantly with such distinguished witnesses. On the days, a stern-faced poet named Wolfram argues the virtues of earthly love, while his rival Heinrich champions divine grace. The audience is divided, and both poets seek supporters among the assembled nobilities. Oh, wow, okay. Judging fairly. Ehrenfried could do this for us. I clicked because my finger twitched. I certainly didn't want to do that, but okay. Maybe we just had the clear target here. We wanted to meet with the Kaiser and not go on any kind of competition. Servants usher me into Kaiser Ludwig's great hall in Schmalkalden, where he sits on his throne waiting to hear my pledge. We hail the Kaiser, and that is that. Right, now we can return home. That was a bit anticlimactic. I mean, there is that option here. But I don't think we would do that. Because if we were to help him any further, we would need to travel here regularly. We can't do that. Oh, we have a dynasty legacy. What would we pick? Could go for noble veins now that we have all these nice attributes. Okay, let's pick it. Careful breeding to produce the most worthy successors. Yeah, okay, that sounds kind of in line with his approach. I think obviously part of why he selected Jika was because she was this faint beauty. By the way, let's take a look at Prague and how beautiful it is. Wow. Ah, there we are. I befriended Adelulfus, so I can invite him to court as well. Go ahead. By the way, should do something with them as well, right? Okay, currently he's considered a knight. Okay. So now he is joining the court as well. Let's see what I can do with him. The golden lager of Bohemia. The aroma of fermenting hops and roasting barley fills the air as Paul's party enters a prosperous Bohemian town. The source is a bustling brewhouse where a crowd has gathered for what appears to be an impromptu festival. Barrels have been rolled into the square. The townsfolk all are celebrating the year's first batch of golden lager. By the way, of course, lager is now the word that is commonly used in England and I guess outside of Czechia and outside of Germany. But we would actually call that a Pilsner. And that is obviously from the region of Pilsen here in Czechia. Even in Germany, you call that a Pilsner or Pilsner-style beer. So that's what they would call it here as well. A burly brewmaster, Zizek, waves the travelers over with foam-flecked enthusiasm. The man's apron is stained with a decade's worth of brewing, and his red-veined nose speaks to thorough quality control. He thrusts a wooden tankard toward Paul, the liquid within glowing like captured sunlight. Fresh from the cellar, Zizek booms. Bohemian water, Saaz hops, the finest barley in Christendom, and cold caves that keep it crisp as mountain air. Try it, noble traveller. Perhaps one day this brew will be famous across the world. Okay. He is an eager reveller, right? So that is something to take in mind. There we go. Drink until I forget every trouble that haunts me. I don't think he would go to extremes, though. But at least that sounds more like an option for him, right? That is more a Paul thing. I think being formal is better than to. At the end of the day, that guy is still a commoner. So there we go. There's the toast. Aha, and we have learned something. While performing his duties as my spy master, Adam has uncovered a secret held by Count Dobrynia of Luki. Okay. He's an embezzler. Let's keep that secret for now, and let's see. Oh, there's more brewing going on. Of course, we are in Czechia. Passing by a small market square in Chudim, I see a man handing out drinks to everyone passing by. My lord, he says as he hands me a cup. The aroma of wine immediately hits my nose, and I see the brew swirling slightly as I accept the drink. Like everyone else, I down it all in one go, and it is astonishingly good. Is it acceptable, my lord? He asks with a curious glint in his eyes, and giving me an emphatic look as he continues. If only I had somewhere I could make more of it. Oh, is that a hint? Siegburg grains a brewing house. Move your business to my lands and join my court. Do we have a brewmaster currently? No, we can't even have one. Oh, that would be interesting, right? So, let me just check. Siegburg is here. How does that work then? Does it just add it? Because that would be, I don't know. But okay, let's try it. No, was not added. Okay. Do we have him though? No. He's also not. They just... Okay. Oh, it's money wasted apparently. Okay. Well, there's that. The flawed fare. Ehrenfried is in charge of our food supplies, and sheepishly revealed our provisions are now all but useless. Oh, Ehrenfried. Well, let's take it from the locals then. No, it's stress because I'm just... Okay, apparently I shouldn't do that. Why isn't there an option for me to say that I just pay for it? Because that would be kind of what I would like to do in this case. He is certainly afraid of dying or getting ill, so he's not picking these options. He is picking that option here, and then, okay, he's taking the stress. Okay, the game wouldn't allow me to be honorable. I will just choose the dishonorable option then. Each of your friend relations give you 2 random skill points. Wow. Ta-da! Oh, look at him. Oh, I think he's doing great. Reasonably good. Call of the road since leaving home nearly half a year ago. Yes, okay, that's been... Wow. And we're coming back in winter. That's not great. I've seen highs and lows, reveled in the wind blowing through my hair, and lamented the rocks in my boots. There are so many places, so many things I have yet to see out there on the open road. I feel free of the confinement of court, if only for a little while. The roads are full of pilgrims and wanderers. Perhaps it is among them that I will find peace of mind. Okay. So apparently he likes that now. Likes traveling. And we're also back visiting Bolesław. Yeah, I mean... Oh, we are getting close, actually. 23. Opinion of us, though, is just plus 16 in this calculation here. So it's about a quarter of what we can... So if we had 100 here, that would be 35. I think what we can try is befriend him. Oh, that's going to be very hard, apparently. I will try it nonetheless. Oh. Okay, yeah. Ah, probably because he's brave. Doesn't like cowards like Paul. Oh. Please, can we be friends? The descent into Wieliczka begins with a wooden staircase spiraling down into darkness. Each step takes Paul deeper into a world carved from solid salt. Walls glittering like frost in the torchlight, the air cool and tinged with a mineral sharpness that settles on the tongue. Oh, wow. Maybe that's something... I think I have heard of that before. I may even have seen pictures. I have something in my mind that's popping up. Yeah, that's in Poland. A weathered miner named Snowit serves as your guide, his face creased by decades underground. 900 years, he says proudly, gesturing at the vast chambers hewn from the rock, longer than any cathedral above has stood. The torchlight reveals intricate carvings in the salt walls, saints and kings, altars and crosses, all sculpted by generations of miners seeking divine protection in the depths. The crown jewels of the mine wait below, a chapel carved entirely from salt, its chandeliers dripping with crystalline formations, its floor polished smooth by countless pilgrims. Snowit explains that miners would pray here before each shift, entrusting their souls to Saint Kinga, patron of salt miners whose dowry legend says created these very deposits. Wow. Yes, let's pray here. Let's take our time to pray. He kneels on the polished salt floor, the chandeliers casting prismatic light across the carved altar. The silence is absolute. No wind, no birdsong, only the faint drip of brine somewhere in the darkness. Whether it is the weight of earth above or something more, a profound peace settles over you. When you rise, the old miner presses a small salt crystal into your palm from Saint Kinga's own chapel for protection. Oh, that's very nice. Okay, so we're coming back home slowly. And now we're again moving down the Dniester River. Oh, what is happening here? Eberhard married Gräfin Rasa. Palemonitis. Lithuanian. Interesting. I think that he's here, and I think... Yeah, they are close. There they are. Palemonitis. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, I think that's root marriage. How about the others, by the way? Still... Well, he is married, of course, but he did that before. All right. Well, sadly, I cannot do a feast for them. I would have liked to do that. Sadly, it seemed hard enough to sustain a meaningful relationship, so there's that. I will send a message to congratulate the couple. I'm on the road still, I can't hold any feast for them. Also don't know if I can do that so soon, because I've already had a feast a few years back. Right, by the way, he has retained his status, as did Niklas. So Ludwig, he is the kind after all, right? So he has forgiven. He's chosen to forgive them. What a magnanimous Kaiser. Although I do believe that Paul would have thought, you don't do that. You should have really taken away their power. See to it that they cannot rise against you again. I'm stopping by a town in Ladijin on my travels, and the locals have showered me with great esteem. The people here did not expect someone like myself to visit their humble settlement, and some of the local leaders are suggesting that I spend a few days here. These leaders wish to show me around the area and leave a good impression on me about their town and its surroundings, as well as the people who dwell here. This is, interestingly, not part of my realm. But that could be a sign. All right, I will take the tour, and maybe that is a sign for us to say maybe we should really look into how we can integrate their lands maybe at some point in the future. By the way, we have a really wow. That guy here, he could spell trouble for us. They're not the Turks, they're the Torks. The Tengri Talks. Bek Beachkili. Opportunistic man. Brave. He's a warrior. Oh. Yeah, that is not great for us. Is there anything we can do against him, really? Could try to murder him, of course. And that is the question, really. Would he be above that? I think ultimately, when it comes to bitter threats, then he would not be above this. At the same time, at this point, I think he still feels assured by being part of the Holy Roman Empire. He would not likely go against the Kaiser. There would be others, obviously, not just us who could defend in that case. So, yeah, there's that. Okay. But their lands here, they're really just shepherds. Well, he isn't. He's allied to the basileis of the Byzantine Empire. Okay. All right. I could technically say, where is that? Demand postulant. It's not independent. All right, okay, she's a tributary. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, okay, so we have returned. We have returned home. Oh, I was sharing. Oh, that is certainly something I need to mend. Where's that? Oh, that should not be the case. I did not see that. Oh dear. What is the succession score really? If I pick Jitka, they would feel snubbed apparently. Okay. Should I pick one of them in that case? Like, should I pick Meinrad? He's also my chancellor. I trust him. He has the biggest regent succession score, so the others would be okay with picking him. So, yes, okay, let's pick him. He should fill coffers. She has the biggest one, right? So now she definitely, she was passed over for regent. But no, I cannot have that. That is certainly something I don't want. All right, yeah, and why not? Why not make love to the wife now that we're home again? Oh, she breathes heavily, shaken with lust. Okay, so she was definitely waiting for us to come back, I think. Yeah, by the way, I think what we could do at some point is looking for a university visit. Could go to Byzantium. That would also be great as... look at that. 506 gold. Jesus Christ. And that's not even the most expensive option here. Wow. Yeah, okay, so we will see about this. But, yeah, should we ever get filthy rich? It's something we could do. Anything else, by the way? Yeah, we're still building. What was that? He's still... Okay, yeah. That's not much glory. I guess we only had that one battle then, so yeah, there's much to be had. I don't think we have the deer sighting anymore, so maybe let's just go ahead and see if we can find something to go for with falcons. Oh, my wife has had a difficult time as of late. She runs the household at Kiev, aside from her duties at court by my side, and lately it seemed as if one thing after another has gone wrong. It's as if God has decided I should be plagued by problems, I hear her exclaim. Is there something I can do to help, I offered. This can't go on forever, dear husband, she said, taking a deep breath. It will soon pass. There it was. Apparently, no matter the stress it caused her, Jitka intended to stay the course. She gains some stress. Apparently that's fine. She is dependable, by the way. Trustworthy and reliable. And pregnant. Oh, there was a strange air in the great hall at tonight's family feast. Firstly, my friend Jutta was incredibly combative all evening, as if certain the rest of the family is out to get her. Then I noticed that Jitka and Meinrad weren't speaking. Oh. Normally they are inseparable, but suddenly my wife and my brother sat on opposite ends of the table, and if they passed near each other at all, there was a distinct chill between them. It appears their friendship is at an end. Wow. That is like... he cannot, of course, influence all these people around him. And he would want them to be friends, but at the same time, they choose not to. Oh, dear Lord. Okay. Well, there's that, I guess. Let me just check. So he is at court. Is there anything I can do for him? Like granting him a court position. I don't think it would be very much suited for either of these things. There's Kuno as well. Is there someone he could marry at my court? She's technically still be able to marry, but yeah, she should not do that anymore. When it comes to him, though, he might marry into the Hachenburgs. Oh, she's deceitful. He's deceitful. They would work well together, I think. Could both do their little plots. I will still need to, like, what to do with her. We'll probably look for a marriage option outside of the realm, and maybe to someone not that important. Either that or keeping her at court, marrying her to someone that we would trust. Well, I guess someone like Algelulfus. But he's also 32. That will take another 5 years anyway. So yeah, let's do it like this. Finally have Isenburgs again. By the way, should we have more Isenburgs at court? There's her, and she's currently a guest somewhere. Oh, he's still wandering. Oh, he's a bit icky. He's scaly and boorish and lazy. I'm not sure I want him at my court. She is fine though. Alright, maybe I don't want to cheese the option here of doing the befriend scheme. Maybe that isn't right as well. Leave as it is. She does have another daughter now. That's not great for them, I think. Alright, yeah, Leopold Kors is still at my court, but apparently that wasn't too bad when it comes to them having children, so that's fine, apparently. 3 of my most unforgiving counselors, Jitka, Adam, and Meinrad, is she unforgiving? Oh, she's just, so I guess that's that, have approached me. They carry a list of rebellious and disloyal families, insisting that it is time for these troublesome nobles to be reminded of their place. They propose we fund a network of spies to dig up secrets on the most rebellious families in the realm. With enough leverage from past sins and hidden shames, we can ensure their obedience for a generation to come without spilling a drop of blood. Alright, I think I will take the option then. That is in line, I think, with Paul's character. He would, again, he doesn't like direct confrontation, would avoid it if he can, and therefore, if he finds something here that he can make use of, alright. Costs a bit of legitimacy. Gains me a bit of dread. Why does he have so much dread? 75.6. Jesus Christ. Okay. A cloud of suspicion hangs over my court, and its source is the fundamental disagreement between Agilulfus and Jutta. They have come to my throne room to debate the very nature of loyalty and betrayal. My spy master reports no active plots against me for the 3rd month in a row. Agilulfus takes this as a sign of a loyal and stable realm. Jutta believes it only proves the spy master's incompetent and the plots are simply too well hidden. No, I do not agree with her, and that's because my brother is doing that, and he would certainly tell me if something was wrong. Maybe he's also just busy with what he's been doing up here, so maybe should get him back. Didn't he marry before? No, that was Eberhard. Eberhard married. Right. That is Meinrad. And now he has married Gräfin Imma. Oh, a Billung. Okay. Though I did not have the opportunity to attend the wedding of my brother Meinrad and Gräfin Imma, I've been told a good amount about the relationship of the couple. They could barely keep their hands off each other, let alone their eyes. Well, can I have a feast? Apparently I can. So let's do that. I'll plan a feast in their honor. After learning that Bolesław would be attending the dance in the castle town of Krakow, I decided that it would be a perfect occasion to pass by to ensure I get some time face-to-face with him. Of course, again, that's pretty unrealistic, but we take the game as like what it is. The ball was exquisite, and Bolesław put on a fine show. Afterwards, I told him how impressed I was, and we got to talking. By the time I left, it felt as though we had known each other a lifetime already. Wow, so the 5% chance he actually hit. Wow. And now we can negotiate the alliance. Yes! I'll quickly wait for that to go then, because I will also want to invite him to the feast. Captain Janos here. Paces your study. The mercenaries' patience wears thin as your enemies draw closer. Are they, though? This is your final chance to secure the company's loyalty at a price that you can afford. I've entertained your hesitation long enough, Gross Fürst states. My men grow restless. Either meet our price or we march elsewhere tomorrow. The ultimatum terrifies you. Facing your enemies without the seasoned fighters, well, it doesn't terrify me as much anymore, because now I am actually... I accept your price and hope to count on your loyalty. There's not much to do here anyway. No, I mean, we don't need mercenaries anymore. Because in a moment... There we go. We will have the alliance with Poland. And their 4,000 soldiers. So there we go. Oh, my aunt has died, Magdalene. Was she my aunt anyway? Yes, she was my aunt. Just said here, kinswoman. Right, okay, so we did that. Now we can have the feast, and I hope he will join us too. Let's have the feast in Kiev. Don't need any of these things. The honored betrothed is... Why is he not on the list? Well, of course, I would put him then as the honorary guest. Others don't want to come. Okay. Well, it's their loss, really. Extended family, though. Yes. And is it that Meinrad is currently doing something else? Is he still part of that war, maybe? So I can't really have him here. Instead, I could have the Duchess of Salerno. Hello! That doesn't make much sense to me. I pick normal options, I think, and just start the feast in that case. Is there anything else I would like to do? No, I don't want to murder anyone, don't want to seduce anyone, befriend someone. I can do that the other way. Now I'll just start the feast. Servants run across the hall, and so on. We will have a lovely time ahead of us. So how about you? Why are... Well, I can invite him. That is weird. I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival of Adam, who is soon announced and ushered before me. He kneels in deference, offering nothing but his oath, but that is fine to me. Yes, serve me well, please. And the great thing here is that we get both the renown, his, of course, because he's designed as well. Hee hee hee. Isn't that sneaky? But now he's not coming to the feast. And maybe that's for the better, because he is here, Eberhard, and I don't want the two of them, you know, to bang their heads. So that should be fine, actually. That should be fine. It's right, that is the right amount of avoidance, I think, that Paul would do. If he can avoid these kind of situations, he will. And that's now giving him a perfect excuse. What else is here? Why can I can have alliances, okay. Pustertal. Bohemia. They don't offer that many men. Yeah, that's fine now. Because they already have many alliances. 5 months to wait. Yeah, by the way, I don't need to follow them anymore necessarily. Don't need to follow him either. Or him. That guy here, by the way. He is technically still a problem because he holds these claims and he has money. I think he would be someone that we might actually try to murder. Obviously, give us some stress, I know, but we can't really get him otherwise. And I think it's just prudent. Keep as many people that have claims away as possible. So let's say, yeah, he can come back. We haven't learned anything good from there, so apparently there's nothing more to be known. But now he can support my schemes, and we can take a look into the untimely death of Bachmann Kutan, who was in the end, right? He was the former lord here. There we go. Großfürsten of Kiev. So, let's see whom we can bring into this. Oh, Boleslav is like, yeah, let's murder the heathen. Come on, let's go. Yeah, he might actually make an okay alibi. Let's see. Oh, he would also be a great footpath. An infiltrator. How about Agilulfos? Okay, you do that. Heike von Bernsau. Now, she would be... Yeah, I think she would... No one would expect her to do these kind of things, so maybe she would be good in that position. I still need great assassins. He's like, yes, give me a blade and I'll do it, man. All right, there you go. There's your... Maybe have Achwin here as well. Grant them a county you hold that they claim? Which county is he claiming? Oh, he's a claim on Sayn. Now I can't give you that, man. But I can offer you my prestigious good word. And I can do the same for Ademar, just to gain a bit more secrecy. Oh, that's not enough for him. Offer him a guaranteed... Oh, no, that's too much. That's also too much. Got him a hook on me. Oh, that feels a bit icky. That doesn't feel so good. Is there anyone else in here? Not really, though. And 47% is not that great. So, yeah, let's... It's not the best thing, obviously. But I think we trust him enough to say he wouldn't misuse any kind of favor that we grant him. Okay, so there's that. I lost the curious trait. Okay. Not curious anymore. That's fine. Don't need to be curious. There we are. Jitka, you shouldn't be drinking. You're pregnant. Shouldn't be doing that. That's mine, Rat. Damn it, why couldn't I have him as the honored betrothed? But at least he's here. There we are. Jitka, you've been so brave, so strong. Words cannot describe my love for you. Let's call her Vyacheslava, after our mother. Now you can have a drink. Or maybe you shouldn't, because you're also... Or maybe she isn't, because we have a wet nurse. Never mind, go have a drink. Now she's like, now I don't want to. Oh, damn it. There we go. The guests are gathered in the hall and so on. Welcome, friends. With so many powerful people in one place, a few scattered words can have far-reaching implications. I have noticed my acquaintance Countess Bolesława seems particularly sympathetic to my causes. Is she? Ah! To join your murder scheme is plus 25. Where people gather, many opportunities abound. My plans come together. I need only be patient. Yes, I think I like that option here. Who is here, by the way? Bolesław is here, of course. Lucian is back once more. Maybe we could use that as a chance to actually befriend him. Let's see. Want to have a good standing with the steward of the realm. The great table seating the upper nobility on the dais gave a loud crack, and a moment later it gave in under the weight of food and gilded decoration. As my most distinguished guests and I had to be fitted in among the lower nobility, I ended up close to my fellow vassal, Duke Lucian. There we go. Graf Eberhard took it poorly, however, and told everyone it was grave injustice to be seated with lords and ladies. Well, you can take it, Eberhard. Barely better than commoners, acting quite the opposite. Adelheid displayed grace and humility among her lessers. Lucian and I ended up talking all evening, and agreed it should not be the last time we feasted and laughed in each other's company. What a great night. Yeah, there we go. That's how easy this can be sometimes. Ah, is there anything more jovial than a good feast? Guests throng to and fro and so on. I think he will take that option here. Good folk to mingle with here, people that he likes, his friends and so on. As my guests leave, they seem to depart in good spirits. I'm also relieved to see that Markgraf Göttge does not depart without saying farewell. Okay. Göttge von Meissen. Well, it's been a pleasure. What started as an ordinary feast became an exceptional one thanks to the presence of Bava. Oh, that's also nice. What a great evening. He's very easy to make friends, apparently. I think he is, to a degree, a people pleaser. Like, his disposition would... he would rather say what people want him to say than confront them with something. And of course, we raise our glass in toast to King Bolesław. Or a silver cup, whatever we have. Alright, all is done. I could also petition the Kaiser. Let me just... What if I did? What would I be able to do? Sponsoring priests, that would actually be nice. Also bailiffs, yes, but yeah, sponsor priests would be actually a good thing. Should I be doing that though? It's March again, yeah, I guess we can take a long walk. Look at him, having a faltering heart, but still, fine health. He's alright. Not likely to lead any armies anyway, or leaving his house. So maybe that should be fine. He's not going anywhere. Let's try it. Come on. Let's try it once more. Let's see to it that we can... maybe we try it this time. This other route here. Because apart from there... it seems fine, actually. Yep. Ta-da! Look at that. Also harmless. And you know what? Maybe we can just... because he is a traveler now and he likes to see places. Let's say upon his return he would at least take a look at Hildesheim and Goslar. And not go through any dreaded forest. There we go. Not go through any dreaded forest, I said. Jesus Christ. There we go. All right. Big undertaking, but we're doing it. Come on. Yeah, because this is taking time and we need any help we can get. A beautiful vista. We came across a gorgeous vista in Venetia, and it is a beautiful view unlike any other we've seen, and a picturesque expanse of landscape that truly shows the glory of our world. Several members of my entourage have insisted that we stay in this area for a day or two so we could take time to admire the scenery. No, I'm every entourage member. Again, is he really that much of a people pleaser, right? I think I should always at least roll for this then. So it's either option 1 or 2. It is I rolled a 2, so that is the first option then. Now we cannot tarry for too long, even for this. I hope to be quick, because then maybe we arrive for winter, although I don't think we will be able to do that. The French war for Duchess Adelaide's claim on the 100... Are we now expanding into England? Yes! Oh, dear Lord. So, yeah. Oh, no, but... Oh. Oh, dear. He is not there anymore. Should we even? I think, because what will happen is, we will get here, then we will stay there for a while, and then nothing will happen because he's not there. That's the trouble with all these... with this kind of petitioning thing. Okay, come on. Let's say we return home. This isn't working. No, but we shouldn't... That shouldn't mean that we... There, right. Walk towards these dreaded forests there. We don't have to do that. It's a shame, because that obviously was costly. Oh well. Maybe some other time. But there's always the risk. Okay, back home. Was that now? Oh, we can make love to the wife. Yes. And now they both want it. They've gotten that far. Good. Some of you probably would say, like, why is he not romancing her or anything? I don't feel the need to do that. She is his friend, and that was very much what he wanted from her. He's a nurturing man, so, like, whenever they have sex, it's not really something that he would do out of lust necessarily, but rather it's because he wants to have more family. But apparently they have been in a position where they enjoy it a bit more. That would be more like a guilty pleasure, though, I guess. This is going well. We could take it to 10 advantages, then try it. And the wife is pregnant. Few men are lucky enough to have as many friends as I do. I appreciate their support and grant them my trust equally. Yet I feel that amongst all the valiant souls I count as my loyal companions in life, one understands me above all. Is that so? I am not sure. Maybe Kuno, because he's a dependable man. Probably not him, because he's also brave and zealous and so on. They have many squabbles. Probably doesn't like the deceitful nature of Agilulfus that much. But Kuno he would be alright with. Okay, so it's either Kuno or I should not play favorites. I just roll for that. It's a 5, so he would say, no, he should not play favorites. Makes sense to me. We have focused recruitment. Not that I need that, but thank you. New perk! This is going fast now, right? Groomed to rule, please. He is now 2. A little Siegfried. Oh. Ah, yeah, of course. That would happen at some point. To the modest Paul, I call on you to honor our alliance and join me in the Polish War for Duke Chesney's claim on the Jarldom of Pomerania. Aha! He is going to war with the King of Sweden. Now, the thing is, of course, we will accept that. We cannot have one-sided alliances. That would be dishonorable. And we will send, I guess, our men-at-arms. And then, yeah, the question is really, would he do that himself? If he can also send Eberhard, giving him the chance. Yeah, I think that would be fine. Because members of my family can also lead the army. And he trusts his family enough. He wants to integrate them, so that could be his moment to shine. Okay, let's let him take the troops. There's always the risk, of course, right? Now he has these people under his command, so why not turn back and go against... Ah, there you go, he's Catholic now. Go against his brother. At the same time, these are our house troops, so they would be directly sworn to power, so that should be fine. Such are the accomplishments of Kaiser Ludwig that the Pope himself officially recognized his instrumental role in defense and promulgation of Catholic virtues. The Ludovinger dynasty will be long remembered from its piety and zeal, thanks to the impeccable conduct of this great man. Wow! So he is now a paragon, and the Ludovinger dynasty, shouldn't they get this thing where they are... Yeah, consecrated blood. There we are. Now fighting against some leader. Oh, down here. Oh, okay. Shouldn't we help? But we've already promised Bolesław. So we shouldn't tarry. Oh, and by the way, I do see that we are over the 2-hour mark. So there we are, helping our brother-in-law in a war. And so far, everything has been stable. Zwiel here is now also firmly part of our realm, with Ademar here in place. By the way, it does take a lot of time to gain some control here, doesn't it? because we've been doing that seemingly for ages now. Although it doesn't look that bad to me. 9 years left. Okay, well, there's that then. Anyways, I'll see you next time, and cheers. Bye-bye.